it's make fun of each other and apparently especially me, and then vote.
How do you feel about that, Peter? Do you feel teased?
Vote for me, I'll give you ice cream.
Typing my vote in now.
I've got my boyish good looks, my charm, and my crippling mental illness. I'm a catch.
Boom, roasted. That's right. Boom, purified. Boom, roasted. Peter, could you just leave? We want to have fun.
You guys have been saying math? I thought you were saying mass.
You guys, go get 2 friends and we can have a party. You go grab 2 friends and we're gonna get a party. Purgatory is a dating show. For the suffering.
Welcome to Game of Favorites, everybody. Today we're bringing back after parties. If this is your first time here, you chose a good week. Welcome. What is Game of Favorites? I'm already explaining what we're changing, and we haven't even started yet. If we have 31 voters today, we will have an after party. So that's and also if we get 100 viewers, then I'm going to shave my head. So if you ever want to check on our progress, then you can see that down below. So what the heck is Game of Favorites anyways? Game of Favorites is not a dating show, expressly not a dating show. It is a good show to bring your date. If you're looking for something to do with your date, highly recommend Game of Favorites. So just saying. Lying is a sin, dang nab. Okay, so what we're going to do, I didn't lie. Okay?
Purgatory.
No.
Purgatory, Peter's purgatory.
Today, as we are celebrating day 2 of the Octave of All Souls, you guys celebrate the Octave of All Souls, right? Everyone does that. Sure.
I just got done
Yeah,
earlier.
I forgot that
I
existed.
actually didn't know that was a...
Today's theme is purgatory themed. So, image of purgatory. Anyways, I have prepared various prompts. YENZA actually prepared most of them, so if she wins, we'll call shenanigans. But we prepared various prompts. We're going to give them to the cast members and ask them for answers, and then we'll put the answers on screen and ask you what our favorite answer is, and you guys can all vote. It's real easy. My favorite way to tease Pete Tony is by doing this. I'm Pete Tony, so we're making fun of me right off the bat. We love Game of Favorites. For example, we have Oh wow, Seb already got a vote in. My favorite way to tease Pete Tony is by doing this. Response number 1 is joking that Game of Favorites is a dating show. Hashtag it is. Response number 2, question if his code will work tonight. Hashtag pay to win. Response, that feature works properly. Okay, response number 3, hashtag dating show. You don't even need more context than that. A great way to tease people is to reinforce untruths that they hate. Response number 4 is denying the data. Hashtag data. All right, whatever your favorite answer is. These are all great answers except for responses 1 and 3, but what can you do? Whatever your favorite answer is, go ahead and vote. Every response has a hashtag at the end there. You can type that in the chat. You can also text in a vote by texting that hashtag to 833-523-2837. That number is down at the bottom if you need to reference it. YENZA, tag dab. Why? We're going to ask the cast members to defend all of these responses. We don't know who wrote what, but YENZA, let's pretend you wrote response number 1, which I could totally see you doing. Why should we vote for joking that Game of Favorites is a dating show? I hope it's not yours, for your sake.
Fake. Wow. Okay. We should absolutely joke that Game of Favorites is a dating show, except also don't forget the hashtag it is. So we're saying joke that it's a dating show, and also don't forget, you see, because Peter hates it. Best way to tease him because he hates it, because it makes him uncomfortable. He gives him the squigglies. He goes, and it's so much fun for the rest of us. It's so uncomfortable for Peter, and the rest of us get a warm, fuzzy feeling in our hearts.
Yay, purgatory! All right.
I want to vote for the wiggle.
Squiggles. Brenna. Question if his code will work tonight. Hashtag pay to win. Tell us about this response. Why should we vote for it?
You should vote for this response because Peter actually writes these codes, the full codes for every episode of Game of Favorites, not scripted, but coded totally literally the same day, and somehow it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And then when it doesn't work, like how frustrating would that be? You spent all that time right there working on a code, and it falls apart. So whether or not the code works for someone like Peter who loves coding, this is just, it's practical. It's pure practical. It's not squiggles. I'm sorry. I don't have a squiggles answer for you, but it's practicality.
Listen.
It's practicality, which also starts with a P, like purgatory.
Perfect. I'll take it. Sometimes you need a good practical answer. If we want results, you got to vote for the practical answer. Alex, just tell us about the dating show if you would. What is the dating show? What dating show are we talking about?
Well, that's an excellent question, Peter. I think Yenza did a great job, so I'm just going to build off of what she already said. So it's been obvious to me in my time on Game of Favorites that there's some contention here about the nature of Game of Favorites. I must also say I have been a single man the entirety of the times that I've been on Game of Favorites, so that's something to consider as well. I actually do remember one time I was on the show with 3 female contestants as well. And the prompt was, who is the most attractive contestant? And in that situation, I felt a little bit boxed into a corner because either I could be very vain or I could very clearly reveal myself as the only man on the entire party. And so I ended up selecting Lil Pasta Goblin as the most attractive contestant, to which she responded that she needed to get another drink in order to process this. So, that I will rest my case.
That prompt has been retired. My apologies. Yes.
Question and or remark. You can't have prompts like that and then complain when people say this is a dating show. You can't do that.
Look, I don't remember how the prompt got in, but I do remember getting rid of that prompt.
Getting rid of the contestant.
No, I didn't get rid of the contestant.
Only the best looking one.
The next prompt is going to be, who do you want to go on a date with? And then you'll get really upset when people are like, so this is a dating show. You're like, no, where'd you get that idea?
We can joke about dating without making it a dating show, okay? We joke about a lot of things. We're joking about purgatory. All right, I'll answer the dubia later. Dad, do you want to talk to me about data?
Sure. I'd like to begin just by expressing to Alex, I feel your pain, man. I mean, that was hard for you to comment on, and that was strong. That was a strong presentation. Denying the data, as BREN says, Peter is all about the code. He's all about the data. I'm sure many of you have received his emails where he's got data and graphs, and oh my gosh. And so if you ever challenge the data with this guy, you can just see the change. He gets nervous and twitchy and uncomfortable. His eyes kind of flicker. It's awkward and uncomfortable to watch. So hence denying the data is a real tease to this guy.
I love this prompt.
Me too.
Good. As much as I love attention, and you guys know that I clearly do, I do run a game show. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on real quick. Cut this prompt short. You don't have to register for our votes, though. All right. So,
you have to sign up.
You have to be here on Twitch anyway.
You do.
Yeah.
Or have a phone. For the data.
You don't need to be a citizen, only an account holder.
That's right. I voted today. Perfect. On Game of Favorites or in America? Or why not both? All right. I got the reminder to register for Game of Favorites on Facebook today. Dan, that's beautiful. My ad campaign is working. That would be a brilliant ad campaign. Oh.
More code.
Ooh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, you should print the little balloons with "I voted" on them.
Oh my gosh, I would wear it.
I have a sweatshirt that says "I voted" on it.
You did it.
Merch.
You did it.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark
Merch.
You know how bad Jenna wants merch? Like super bad.
We need to work on our merch.
My birthday passed and I didn't get presents. I'm just saying.
Someone buy Game of Favorites merch for Brenna. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Like Jens's tax breaks, but Brent had some ideas on the educational system reforms.
Give you ice cream.
Let's look at some results. We've got Joking That Game of Favorites is a Dating Show comes to us from Alex. Nicely done. Got you 5 votes. Questioning if his code will work tonight comes to us from Brenna. Got you 3 votes. Hashtag Dating Show comes to us from Yenza. Also got 5 votes. And my dad Denying the Data, 3 votes to you. That means that both Alex and Yenza tie for first place in this round. Very well done. We've got my dad is at 3 votes. Brenna is at 3 as well. Alex and Yenza are both at 5, and that is the scoreboard. I feel inclined to ask you guys to introduce yourselves. We have a delightful cast, but why should we vote for each of you? Dad, who are you, and what are you doing here?
Well, that's a really good question. I've been asking myself as well. I have to just be honest. If I were you out there, I wouldn't vote for me. You want to vote for some of these other fine, young, fresh, agile minds that have cleverness and humor and wit written throughout their very hearts and souls. I support each of them, and I'm hoping that you will recognize this as the an opportunity to go with the humility vote, you see.
Okay. There it is.
Thank you.
Well, very nice. Okay, excellent. We've got humility. Alex, why should we vote for you?
Well, for everyone who's seen me on the show before, you guys probably know that I really like making puns, and I'm pretty good at making puns. So I'm quick on my feet. And honestly, I'm here to have a good time. It's always fun being on Peter's show. So yeah, let's get hype. Join my team.
Humility, puns. Alex, you got a humility pun?
A humility pun?
Something about hummus. I don't know.
It's gonna be Liddy.
Remember, you're witty, clever,
Yeah.
agile. Remember all that?
Yeah, that. Yes. We got.
Dad, remember you're humble. And
I'm losing
supporting other
credibility
cast
here.
members. Yeah.
I mean, I've got my boyish good looks, my charm, and my crippling mental illness. I'm a catch.
All right.
Yay!
All right. Brenna, how do you follow up on mental illness? That's quite.
I won't tack on my own. We'll go with the positivity here. Let's make this a positivity thing. Hi, I'm Brenna. I'm one of the newer cast members here on Game of Favorites. But I've been really enjoying my time here. Is this really my 5th? I think my 4th or my 5th game, which is super cool. I haven't won one yet, but I feel like it's a good night. So, I'm rooting for everybody. I hope everyone does really well. And I've been getting to know everybody, and everyone's been super wonderful. So being new, they've all made me feel really welcome, and you all make me feel really welcome. So let's keep the positivity train going, especially while we're discussing something like purgatory.
Yeah.
Keep it as positive. Remember, overall, purgatory is a positive thing because it is our gateway to get to heaven.
Yeah.
So positivity is what we're going for here. Yenza, shush. Purgatory is our gateway to heaven. I love you, darling. I love you.
Love you too.
Yenza, any thoughts on purgatory?
Uh-oh.
Well, I just want to
Thank
say,
you.
so Bren was over here like, let's just be positive. Let's keep this positivity going. And I'm like, boo, I'm here. I'm like negativity in just full embodiment.
Chaos and positivity can go hand in hand.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
your
no.
background with all its saturation, it just breathes negativity to me. That's true. That's true.
No.
A little plushmallow. What are those called? Squishmallow?
Squishmallow.
Okay, yeah.
That's cute, my old baby. Hi, I'm King Yenzla. I'm super positive, and I love purgatory. It's my favorite passageway to heaven. It's my favorite path when you're ready to go to heaven and you go to purgatory. It's my favorite. I've heard good things, lots of good things about it, and you should vote for me because when Dad Tony was talking about that humble, witty, on their feet person, that was me. That's actually, I'm the
Oh.
humble, witty one.
So do you have a pun about humility?
No, I don't like puns because I'm funny. Funny people don't use puns.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Alex.
Wow.
Sometimes you do like that.
Suddenly we've got tension in this chat.
And
Again, I feel your
remember-
pain.
I'm also super positive, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sure. Mhm.
Yes, she puts the U in humility.
That's really good. I like that.
I like that.
Is there dating? Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Is there dating in purgatory?
Yeah, because it's suffering.
Uh,
No.
Yeah. So, that's a little bit about who we have on cast tonight. If any of them speaks to your heart, in ways that I can't imagine, but you might, you can go ahead and vote for them and support their efforts in winning your hearts for the rest of tonight's show, just by typing in hashtag their name.
their name. Hashtag their name.
Well, this is going exactly how I expected it to. How wonderful. Let's go ahead and see some results. We have my dad has 2 votes. Alex has 8 and wins the round. Nicely done, Alex.
Woo! Let's go, team.
Brenna has 1 and Yenza has 6. Well done all around. Alex and Yenza, weren't you the dating show people?
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep
We
an eye
were
on both.
clearly
of
the audience is America has voted.
you. America has voted. Thank you, America, and anyone international. All right. That puts Brenna at 3.7. My dad is now in third with 4.5. Jens is in second with 9.3. And Alex is in the lead with 10.8. We've got what's worse than stepping on a Lego? That classic feeling. My answer to this would, of course, be stepping on a K'NEX, because not only do you have the pain of stepping on a K'NEX, but also you have the horror and the worry about accidentally breaking that K'NEX. And we all know that K'NEX is better than Lego. Yes, Yenza.
Mm.
What is a K'NEX?
It's like
Important question.
Legos.
It's the
but-
competitor to
Sure, all
Lego
of
that
that.
has an inferiority
Oh.
complex. What's worse than stepping on a Lego? Response number 1 is swallowing a Lego. Hashtag leg ouch. You know when you trip and accidentally swallow a Lego? Ah, shoot, dang. Response number 2, the painful never-ending bit. Hashtag to date or not to date. I don't remember when the dating show joke started. It was Faithfully was there. It was a throwaway bit that has never been thrown away. Response number 3, explaining worship versus veneration to hashtag Protestants. Oh, if only that was response number 1. Response number 4, dancing in clothes made of Legos. Hashtag block party. Oh, that's what a block party is. I've been wondering. All right, yeah, so talk to me about swallowing a Lego. Do you have personal experience?
Yeah.
Whoops.
You
Wow.
know when you're playing with Legos and you're like, my goodness, this looks delicious. Like, I wish this was candy. And you're looking at it more and you're like, I bet it's the secret they don't want us to know. And you're like, and you swallow it and it turns out it wasn't candy. And now everyone makes fun of you. And they're like, oh, are you going to eat another Lego? It's not the pain of swallowing. It's the humiliation of people bringing it up all the time. Oh, that one time Yenza swallowed a Lego. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous and yet so relatable.
We've all lived that, haven't we?
Brenna, the painful never-ending bit. Can you talk to me about that?
The painful, never-ending bit. Look, there are some things that are just, for some people, it's as painful as swallowing a Lego, and for others, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It never ends. It keeps going on and on, my friend. I see no reason why, if it's still bringing us joy and causing just the right amount of purgatorial suffering for others, that we shouldn't keep it going.
Yeah. Amazing.
Just the right amount? Just the right amount?
Peter's like, no. If you vote for that, you're kicked off the show forever.
Uh-huh. That's right. That's right. I have your names in my database. Response number 3, Alex, do you want to talk to us about Protestants? You're a missionary. Talk to me
It's true.
about Protestants.
I know all about this. Okay, so the problem, the reason that this is so frustrating is because it really is a breakdown of language. Because you might have heard of praise and worship music, and that's a common phrase used in Christian circles to describe when people are singing God's praises. The problem is for Protestants, their worship, because they don't have most of them don't have a formal liturgy like the Mass, like Catholics do. Their worship is singing to God. So when we have songs like the Salve Regina, which are for Mary, we're not worshiping Mary, but we are singing her praises. And we're not able to make that distinction. So really, it's frustrating because of the fact that the English language is not good at making those nuances between Latin words like latria, which means adoration, which is for God, and dulia, which is honor and veneration given to the saints like Mary. So it's basically frustrating because you feel like you're talking to a wall. But that's the breakdown of it.
On the flip side of that, as a Protestant, it also feels like you're talking to a wall. Like,
Understandable.
absolutely.
I believe it.
Peter, I just want you to know
A wall made of Legos?
In my defense, I had no idea what my audience was. So
That was a really good answer. I liked that.
That was well done. Yeah.
Perfect.
You've been studied. I like it. I didn't know this was an educational show. Yeah. Well done. All right. Response number 4. Dancing in clothes made of Legos. Dad, can you talk to me about dancing in clothes made of Legos?
Well, Alex mentioned Latin, and Legos is not Latin, but it is Greek, Greek for dance. And who hasn't gone to a dance wondering what to wear? And then, of course, having just stepped on some Legos, they get this idea, well, hey, why don't I use these? And so, putting together Legos for a dance is very, very common, but not real practical. And it does limit, I don't know about you all, but some of my patented moves just don't transfer in a Lego suit.
Yeah, they get blocky.
So, very blocky. And be clear, I'm not talking about dressing like a Lego person with the funny head and all. I'm talking building clothes out of the blocks. I think it is a really great response because it is worse than just stepping on a Lego.
Yeah.
You're stepping through Legos, with Legos,
Into Legos.
Into Legos.
We've got all the prepositions.
Arm in arm with other Legos.
All right, well,
that one.
let's talk about some results. We've got Swallowed Your Lego comes to us from Alex. Nicely done, got you 3 votes. The Painful Never-Ending Bit comes to us from Brenna and got you 1 vote. Explaining worship versus veneration to Protestants, Yenza. Wow. All right, 5 votes. Well done. And dancing in clothes made of Legos. Nicely done. Got you 4 votes. So Yenza, you asked to be called a wall. Is that what I'm hearing?
Our conversations about worship versus veneration is so painful. That is one of the most frustrating things. So, Peter, when I talk to Catholics, it's like talking to a wall. But then also I recognize that you guys.
Well, that's
because
my name means rock. I mean, in my defense.
Yeah. It feels like talking to a rock. I'm gonna start using that more often. Peter, when I talk to you, it feels like I'm talking to a rock.
I've been interpreting Peter the Rock wrong all these years. What Jesus was really saying.
We've got Brenna's at 5.1. Mr. Schmidt is at 10.2 in 3rd place. Alex is in 2nd with 15.1. And Yenza has taken 1st place with 16.4. Nicely done all around. My favorite form of penance. That's okay. We're stalling because the Protestant is behind.
What again? Those crazy kids.
Call her out.
All right, my favorite form of penance, response number 1, is jumping in snow in a bathing suit. Hashtag St. Francis. Nicely done. Response number 2, singing psalms in the confessional. Hashtag white noise. Response number 3, only Catholics could have a favorite penance. Hashtag Catholic guilt. And response number 4, a little Catholic game show that runs every Thursday. Hashtag winky face. Yenza, talk to me about St. Francis.
That's hilarious. Right. So to do this, I actually did research on St. Francis, which I won't share with you because I don't want to flex how much I learned about St. Francis. Because apparently he jumped in snow in his bathing suit. He loves suffering, is what it really gets down to. So when you jump in snow in your bathing suit, that's showing God that you're really, really sorry. Like that's how he knows that you recognize how sorry you are. And that's true suffering and penance, because that's how penance works. I think I'm figuring this out. You need to show that you're sorry because you suffer.
Yeah, and especially because, you know, though your sins be as scarlet, I will make them white as snow, right?
Yeah,
like that's
that. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. It's for to be biblically accurate.
All right, Brenna, can you describe for me? I've never sung psalms in the confessional. Can you? What's this like? That sounds amazing.
It's you'd think it would be amazing, and as someone who really enjoys singing, you'd think it'd be amazing, but it's actually a phenomenal form of penance, because you have to not just bare your soul to the priest who is in persona Christi about your sins, but now you also have to sing it. So you have to perform on top of that. It's rough. It's rough, but if you can get through it, your soul is just it's just like you're purified, man. It's just
amazing.
If you can type out that feeling of that's what happens when you're made to sing psalms in the confessional.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying. I don't think I'm gonna sing to a priest in the confessional. Absolutely not. I guess I'm just not ready. But Alex,
Not ready to be absolved.
Yes.
Hey, you talked to us about worship. Now can you talk to us about Catholic guilt?
Yes, I can talk to you all about it. So I think that this response actually brings up a very great point, is that if you have a favorite penance, like, you're probably doing something wrong. I think the whole idea of a penance is that it's supposed to be difficult. So yeah, I do think though it is very true that we can come up with like our favorite penance to do. I know the saints did that. Like Saint Therese would love to do certain penances that her spiritual director denied her because he realized that it would be better for her soul. So I think whoever wrote this response is very smart and knows what they're talking about.
One of us just got a big compliment.
Good for you, whoever you are.
Dad, would you talk to me about a little Catholic game show that runs every Thursday? # winky face.
Well, you know, the hashtag winky face is a bigger thing than it appears on the screen. Take note. It's the first word, a very small little word, first letter of the alphabet, and then little, and then Catholic. And Catholic is not capitalized. So this is not necessarily, the Catholic faith. This is the universal, definition of the word Catholic. Game show, it's fraught with nuance throughout the entire statement. And winky face, even just saying winky face, admit it. That's penance in itself. Right? I rest my case.
I don't understand your case, but I am convinced.
That was the goal.
I'm ready to see some results.
All right.
I want to see who did
That's a
what.
lot of votes. That's a lot of votes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, who got you to talk about St.
That's
Francis?
that guilt.
Okay,
in you.
legit. I want to know who St. Francis is and why he's jumping in snow with his bathing suit on. I'd like to know that, please.
Penance.
Yeah, but okay.
Penance.
Did he just do that? So wait. Am I to get this right? That St. Francis was seeking some ultimate penance. So he got on his bathing suit and was like, "Here I go, Geronimo," in the snow, just because for penance. Is this real?
I don't know
And
the
it's
story. I'm
white
going to be
snow.
honest.
Let's just let her
White
think
snow.
it.
Keep
I
that
like
in
her
I
crazy.
like where her mind is
I
going.
want to see.
Let's just let
I
her
see
think
where
it.
this is going.
I
please.
forget who. Someone in chat
Sure.
said it's true, but not with the bathing soap. That part is an embellishment.
He was in his birthday suit.
I don't
He was in a
think so.
different suit.
I
It
don't.
also starts
I
with
don't
a
know
P.
about you, but when I bathe, that's the suit I wear. So I mean,
This is a valid point. Francis was the chaste and modest man.
yes,
He
he
showers
was.
with his bathing suit on.
Okay, let's look at some results. We've got jumping in snow in a bathing suit comes to us from Alex. Nicely done. Got you 5 votes. Well done. Singing psalms in the confessional comes to us from my dad. Got you 4 votes. Only Catholics can have a favorite penance. Hashtag Catholic guilt. Comes to us from Brenna and wins the round with 9 votes. Nicely done, Brenna. And a little
Nice.
Catholic game show that runs every Thursday. Hashtag Winky Face comes to us from YENZA. 6 votes for you. Nicely done all around. All right. My dad is at 18.3. Brenna has taken 3rd place with 23.1. Alex is at 25.3. And YENZA is in the lead with 28.6. Pain is an acronym for ... Peter actualizing intracranial nothingness. Hashtag bald for bits. I get it. That's well done. Response number 2. Personal agony of an interior nature. Hashtag agony. We love it. Response number 3 is Pat's adorable eyes are enchanting. That's right. You just look into Patch's beady black eyes and you will see pain. You see?
just can't get into it because they don't understand.
I'm seeing something.
His every moment is filled with pain.
Patch is watching the show. This is why he doesn't speak, because his mama taught him if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything. Response number 4. Patches a rules everything noob submit. What? I'm confused, but my dad will explain that. Don't even worry about that. But first, let's talk about Peter actualizing intracranial nothingness. Hashtag bald for bits. Speaking of, let's just look at our little goal meter.
They thought we forgot about being bald. Oh no.
Look at that. Look at that. We're 24 out of 100 viewers. Might not make it tonight, but that's going to stick around. YENZA, why should we vote for me going bald?
I don't think we should. I made a mistake when I wrote this prompt. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a stupid prompt. Peter going bald is a stupid bit. You shouldn't give him any of your money. You should never invite your friends to Game of Favorites, because when we hit 100 views, then he's gonna shave off all his head, and that's stupid. I don't know what he was thinking. None of us. He woke up with insanity one day, and we're not gonna support this. I don't know why I wrote this. Don't vote for this. It's not
But YENZA, how do you really feel about this problem?
Regret.
Regret. This is my pain.
Be clear.
That's why I wrote it. Yeah, this is my pain.
That actually made it spot on.
All right,
Oh,
Brenna,
all right.
could you talk to us about personal agony of an interior nature?
I can, and I'll keep it from being too interior for the sake of the positivity of the show. But because it is a show about purgatory, we will talk about the personal agony of an interior nature. We do have to consider you can't really truly appreciate the good things if you don't have that interior agony. Because once that's resolved in your heart and your soul, then you can really appreciate like the beauty and the positivity that comes with life, that comes with eternal life. And the way we get there, purgatory. You're right. Purgatory is it's the word of the day. It's the word of the day.
That's
So
right.
we have to like look inward in order to experience the glory outward. Facts.
I like it. All right. However, I do want to move on because I want to hear Alex talk about patches.
That was my best Alex
enchanting.
impression.
Who's the missionary now? Alex, can you talk about as Patch's adorable eyes are enchanting?
Yes, Peter, I can. I think this is an excellent response because it's got all of the acronyms in there, and it are all the letters of the acronym, and also Patches is an integral part of this show. So whoever's picked this prompt is going to get that street cred of like including Patches in their prompt. So I know that like in moments of intense suffering in my life, I've called to mind Patches' eyes. And in those moments, I've looked into those adorable, enchanting eyes, and I found interior peace from that gaze. And I encourage everyone to go to that place when they're encountering exterior mortifications. I rest my case.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So beautiful, it must be true. All right, Dad, I don't fully understand response number 4. However, could you explain it to me?
I'm sorry. I just need a minute. Alex, you just... All right, let me try.
He's
to
defending
compose
his
myself.
missionary title.
I'm just moved. I'm just so touched. Teared me up. Okay, it's hard for me to really respond to this, although it is the best prompt, the best response. It actually, if we didn't know better, I would credit Peter with this response, because if you look even just sort of in a cursory glance, you see it as code. It is clearly code. I mean, patches, rules, everything. I mean, there is some seditious action going on here, and our only response clearly is to submit.
Submit to those enchanting eyes.
Yes. Those enchanting eyes. That's right.
Those enchanting eyes of pain. All right. Wow. There's so much that has happened here today. Peter, actualizing intercranial nothingness comes to us from Brenna. Nicely done. Got you 9 votes. Very nicely done. Personal agony of an interior nature comes to us from Alex and wins the round with 12 votes. Well done, Alex.
Wow.
We've got Pat's adorable eyes are enchanting comes to us from Mr. Schmidt. Got 3 votes. Well done. And Patches rules everything noob comes to us from Yenza. 2 votes. Beautifully done all around. Let's see what that does to the scoreboard. We have Mr. Schmidt is at 27. Yenza is in third with 34.3. Brenna has jumped to second with 48.7. And now Alex is in the lead with 59.7. Well done, everyone. If Purgatory was a room, it would be this. The author of this prompt is Yenza. Yenza just wants to understand better what is this thing called Purgatory that we're talking about? If we could just describe it. Yeah.
I was like, hey, Peter, I'm trying to learn more about Catholic. So if Purgatory was a room, what would it be? And Peter was like, man, Yenza, I'm not a very good Catholic. I can't answer that. So I was like, well, let's make it a prompt and see what everyone comes up.
The other Catholics can answer it for me.
That's how I learn about the faith.
Game shows. Yeah, absolutely.
It's an educational game show.
Yeah. This is what replaced the Baltimore Catechism. This show.
The Baltimore Catechism is also question and response. It fits. It fits.
You're right.
We just have to figure out what the right response is. If Purgatory was a room, it would be this. Response number 1 is a theater playing every sin you've committed. Hashtag sin real. It's kind of like cinema sins, but Catholic. Response number 2. Locked from the hashtag outside. Little more abstract, that one. Probably more accurate. Response number 3. A theater opening night and you don't know your lines. Hashtag lines. Maybe it's Game of Favorites. Response number 4 is waiting in line while Christmas music plays on a loop. Hashtag loop. Oh, that response has got to be Nixter's. Yenza, talk to us about the theater.
Well, sorry, I just had like flashes of like horrifying images of what could be, right? So imagine this. You're in a theater and you're watching a movie and it's like really cringy and gross and weird. And you're like, oh, this is uncomfortable for all of us to watch this. And then what if that really cringy, weird, awful movie is your sins? That's really bad. That's really. Have you ever been in a movie with a friend and you're watching it together and you're like, this is uncomfortable to be watching this sitting next to you, except this time it's you. Like,
Yeah.
makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to Before You Get to Heaven. You have to watch your sins with everyone.
I'm so glad that we're using our imagination to better contemplate purgatory. What a great pastime.
As God intended.
Uh-huh. Yep. I chose this. Brenna, can you talk to us about being locked from the outside?
Whether I can or not is a different story of whether I will or not. I will certainly. So we talked about imagination, and so a lot of these prompts are a lot more concrete, more literal, you might say, whereas this one we're diving into the abstract, into like the poetic side of purgatory, because not everybody is quite at the point where they want to like really actualize. Some people still need that separation. So like we're gonna look at it in the abstract, of like, if you don't quite fully grasp the scripture that's explaining it, like maybe this abstraction is gonna help lead you in to fully understand how important it is and why you're locked from the outside.
Yeah. It's still abstract. I'm sorry, I got distracted by tech. I'm so sorry.
Distracted from the abstractions.
Yeah.
Uber deep.
Yes. You know it's deep when people get distracted.
It makes you feel good when people get distracted.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll do better next time. Response number 3, theater opening night and you don't know your lines. Alex, can you talk to us about theater?
Yes. In fact, Peter, this is a great prompt because I forgot the script for tonight's show. So just want to thank everybody for bearing with me. But a little context about me. I might be a missionary speaker, but I was terrified of public speaking my whole life. So that moment when you're on the opening night for your theater, the curtains draw back and you are standing there and the spotlight hits you and you didn't get any of your lines memorized. And suddenly you have hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people watching you and you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
That is a perfect humbling moment that is played on loop in purgatory.
Alex, I have great news for you. You do not have hundreds of people watching you. You have...
Thank you.
23.
Incredible.
Yay.
I love all of you.
Peter is also glad.
Game of Favorites is not purgatory. All right, Dad, can you talk to us about listening to Christmas music on loop?
Certainly. This is an interesting one, and I go back to something BREN brought up. I believe you used the word poetry at one point. Did you? Yes. This is, are any of you familiar with the work? I think his name, if I remember right, was E.E. Cummings years and years ago. And this particular poet, as I recall, he would do things like watch the leaf fall from the tree, and he would write fall, F-A-L-L, coming down the page. Well, this is one of those. This is art. This is visual poetry. Waiting in line, W is capitalized. While is also capitalized in the middle of the sentence. Okay. And music, you put WW together and you can just feel the up and down, the up and down, the up and down. And then you add loop. And it's just this kind of uncomfortable, where am I, nauseous sort of feeling. And so you truly actually experience, you don't just talk about it. In this response, you experience, as much as we can on earth, a little bit of purgatory.
That's amazing. Beautiful.
It is.
All right, let's go ahead and see some results. We have Alex, with the theater playing every sin you've committed, wins the round. Alex, you're on a roll. 9 votes.
Let's
Well
go.
done.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Mr. Schmidt with Luck from the Outside got you 4 votes. Brenna with the theater opening night and You Don't Know Your Lines, nicely done, got you 2 votes. And Waiting in Line While Christmas Music Plays on Loop comes to us from Yenza and got 4 votes. Nicely done all around. We have Mr. Schmidt is at 43.2, Yenza at 50 points, 5. Brenna's in second with 56.7, and Alex is carving out a lead for himself at 96.5. Moving on to round 6. The biggest suffering in my life. Responsible for what is people clapping at mass. Hashtag oof. And Yenza will get to explain that one. Response number 2. That one time I said no to another slice of pizza. Hashtag pizza. That's very sad. Response number 3. Waiting to meet my spouse. No, not on Game of Favorites. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Very much appreciate that. And response number 3 should in fact win this, by the way. Response number 4 is egotistically imagining I am the brightest star. Hashtag not serious. Yenza, talk to me about clapping at mass.
Right. Well, so when we go to mass, we are re-experiencing Christ's sacrifice for us. Christ dying, right? Yes, he dies on the cross again and gives his body to us. Right. Cool. That's what mass is. Cool. All right. And people get caught up in the moment of the beauty of mass, and they're like, "Wow!" and they just clap. But then you realize you're clapping for Christ's suffering. You can't do, and it's like a big oof, like, oh, buddy, no, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but don't do that. Don't do that. It's very suffering inducing.
Yeah, I see your point. Excellently well put.
Also, I delivered that very smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could tell it was all planned out. I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Brenna, would you talk to me about pizza?
I love pizza. I absolutely adore pizza. I cannot think of another human being I have ever met who doesn't love pizza. It's a wonderful dish. It's perfect for dinner, for lunch. You can even have it the next day for breakfast if you have leftovers. It's just that good. And thus, can you imagine the suffering? That one time I said no to another slice of pizza. Oh, you thought Yenza had regret for that other prompt. The regret, the pain was real. Please do not suffer as I have. And please do not say no to that next slice of pizza.
Tonight's theme is drawing out the most impassioned little I don't know, soapboxes of please, you don't understand.
You remember when Mary said yes to God and Bren said yes to pizza?
Always say yes. Keep your heart
Always say
open to the yes.
Pizza and purgatory.
What if you said yes?
Pizza and purgatory both begin with the letter P. Coincidence?
I think not.
Alex, can you talk to me about waiting to meet your spouse? No, not on Game of Favorites.
Yes, Peter, I can. And I can say with honesty that waiting to meet my future spouse has been one of the biggest pains in my own life. But I know that when I go on Game of Favorites, I have a greater chance of doing that. And so the pain is lessened. So every time you invite me to come on a Game of Favorites, I'm just like, Peter, thank you. I've been waiting for a couple months for this invite, and I am just so thrilled to be back on. So I think that this is an excellent prompt because it both answers the question and brings us back to the perennial theme of this show, which is dating. I rest my case.
You know how there's compilation videos of those old dating VHS tapes? That's going to be Game of Favorites in 20 years. They're going to be watching us. What a time to be alive. All right. Well, great. Thank you, Alex. Dad, egotistically imagining I am the brightest star. Hashtag not serious. Can you talk to us about that? What does that mean?
I can, but it's difficult. This is sort of like a AA meeting kind of thing. Hello, my name is Dave, and this is, my story. Because this is my story. for most of my life, I was just constantly running into compliments and praise, and and it went to my head. That's the admission part. I admit that it went to my head, and I egotistically, as stated, imagined that I was the brightest star. And the brightest star in the night sky, if you're not familiar, is in fact the star named Sirius.
Oh,
Maybe you didn't know that.
no.
I mean, this is a very
I thought it was me.
This is a very astronomically correct. I think Canis Major is another name for Sirius. Maybe you've heard of that. It's a huge, bright star. And so this is not a clever, witty prompt. This is, again, as per my introduction, a deep and humble admission.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Game of favorites.
I'm
Now it's
moving.
personal.
I am moved.
From the heart, it's from the heart.
Yeah, no,
I can't take this roller coaster.
I thought somebody just misspelled serious.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's
weird.
accurate. That's
That is
accurate.
Yeah.
valid.
But also that.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Hey.
We got a bunch of smart cookies on tonight's show.
Yeah.
This is a good
What's up with that?
one. This is good. I feel like I'm learning a lot
Yeah.
scripturally and faith and works, all that good
Mhm.
stuff.
No, with
I
me
feel,
and-
I feel good.
Me and my pride, I don't like being shown things that I don't know. So maybe tonight is suffering for me because my pride's taking a hit and I don't like it.
All right, let's look at some results. We've got people clapping at mass comes to us from Alex. Nicely done. Got you 10 votes and wins the round. Nicely
Beautiful.
done.
Wonderful.
Let's go.
That one time I said no to another slice of pizza comes to us from Yenza. Got you 3 votes. Brenna, waiting to meet my spouse. No, not on Game of Favorites. Got 10 votes as well, but not from teammates. So by technicalities, Alex, congratulations, you win the round. And Dad, to help you with your ego, no one voted for your response.
That was gonna steal the show, but then everyone heard what you were saying. They're like,
We're
okay,
like,
don't vote for
Yeah,
this.
we'll help. We'll help.
They're like, no.
All right. Let's see what that does to the scoreboard. We have Mr. Schmidt is at 43.2. Jens is at 68 even. Brenna is at 113.3. And Alex is still in the lead with 153.6. That is our penultimate round.
Ooh.
So let's take a quick break. Which diocese/state/country are you repping? I am in the Diocese of Charlotte. Boom.
I don't think I've ever, I don't know if I'm allowed to take a moment. I don't think I've ever broken into the 3 digits before, point wise. I don't think I have. So I'm going to pat myself on the back.
Yay!
I don't think I've ever done that before.
Yay!
Congrats.
Congratulations!
Hold on.
And not to steal your thunder, Brenna, but I've never been so effectively humiliated before.
Brenna, I just looked this up. The highest score you've ever gotten is 240.2.
What?
In fact, your
that
average
happen?
score is 149.6.
Boo! You made us
My bad. I'm just here thinking like I'm just constantly
I've been
losing.
betrayed. There's one.
lies,
imposter.
lies.
Amazing. All right. Well, hello to Steubenville, St. Augustine, Providence, Ohio. This isn't real, is it? Someone's pulling our leg. Nezahualcóyotl, New York, New Orleans, Iowa, Green Bay, Florida, Detroit, Cincinnati, Atlanta, twice in Boise, 3 times in Toledo, and 3 times in Charlotte. Amazing all around. We're going into the final round. You can bring only one thing with you to Purgatory. What is it? Yenza wants to know.
Stuff.
All right. We have our responses. Let's look at them. We have the Bible. Now it's time to cram. Hashtag cram. Response number 2. It's a squishmallow. Hashtag comf. Oh, how nice. Response number 3. Is this even a question? Hashtag rosary. And response number 4 is patches for hashtag comfort. Yenza, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but could you, this might push you out of your comfort zone. Could you talk to us about the Bible?
Oh. Well, when you're Catholic, as I am, you might not have been reading your Bible like you were supposed to. Us crazy kids. But when you get to heaven, you're gonna need to know about that stuff because that's all in heaven. Luckily, thank the Lord, you're not there yet. So now, while you're in purgatory, getting yourself sorted, it's time to read what's actually waiting for you in heaven. That you're heading towards. So just like you do before your test, on the school bus, going through your notes, in purgatory, going through the Bible, it's time to learn.
It's
No better
to
time
learn.
than right before the test. Yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
that's
there's
it.
a pop quiz? Yeah, I had no idea. It's not faith and works. It's faith and an exam.
Which is work.
All right, Brad, could you talk to us about a squishmallow?
I would love to because squishmallows are amazing, but expensive hobbies, but amazing. And I can't think of anything that would be a better item to have with me than a squishmallow on my way through purgatory. It's real suffering in there. It's real suffering, and what would really help is just knowing that at the other side of it is God's complete and eternal love. So like what better symbol of God's complete and eternal love that we could actually like have in a mortal kind of sense than a squishmallow? Like hug it close, love it on your way through your suffering in purgatory. You're ace to get it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Alex, tell us why we should vote for the rosary. Who would do that?
Peter, I think any smart Catholic would bring a rosary with them to purgatory because Our Lady has so many promises attached to faithful recitation of the rosary. And also it has its own comfortable aspect of like the repetition of the prayers and the physicality of moving your fingers through the beads. So I think that, if you want to get out of purgatory quickly, remember you can't pray for yourself. So you have to ask other people to pray for you. And asking Mary is one of the best people to pray, to ask to pray for. So
This feels like T-ball for missionaries. Goodness.
gotta hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
That was a softball.
I had to swing at that one.
All right, Dad, do you want to talk to me about patches? Patches.
Sure.
We just heard about squishmallows. Why should we choose patches instead? That's hard competition.
Remember earlier the code patches and submit? This is the thing. Patches, he's not a seditious little beady-eyed creature. He's a helpful creature. And so when he says submit, that's what he's reminding us to do. And obviously, when we go to purgatory, patches will be there helping us to submit even further. And finally, someone pretty special is going to unlock that door and let us bring our rosary out. Thank you, Patches.
I love you just tied everything up. That was beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
It's the universal church. Just if you didn't know.
I didn't. What?
Patches rep in the universal church.
Careful. She doesn't like people pointing out when she doesn't know things.
That's right. That's right. Sorry.
No, I knew that is the universal church. I knew that.
Oh, good. Oh,
Church.
super. Yeah.
Church.
All right. How delightful. Let's look at our results for the final round. Alex is in the lead, and so as long as he does decent in this round, then he should still keep it. But so let's build up some hype.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
I'm just doing math. Math was easy.
No, that's
Whoa, why are we back to math?
We're building hype.
Not this.
We're past the math.
Building
Now we're
hype.
building hype. It's music. Which, music and math go together really well, actually. Just a fun fact.
They do,
all right.
actually.
We've got Yenza with the Bible. Now it's time to cram. Nicely done. Got you 12 votes. Alex with the Squishmallow did not do very well. Only 2 votes.
no.
That I don't know what this means. Mr.
This
Schmidt
is
with
not
this.
good.
Is this even a question? Hashtag grocery wins around with 14 votes. Very nicely done. He wasn't last. Where will he be now? Council, hello. It's good to see you. And Brenna with patches for comfort got you 1 vote.
what does this do to your math?
Big mouth.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's right. No spoilers.
No spoilers. I'm sorry. Let's build hype again. Okay.
Yay!
Good.
Congratulations!
Thank you to the editor for editing out my boring commentary during the sound effect. I don't know how you did that. That was pretty incredible. All right, we've got. Wow, Brennan's at 121.3. Mr. Schmidt is at third with 155.6. Yenza just barely in second with 164.8. And Alex squeaks out with a victory, 170 even. Alex,
Let's
you
go!
won. Good job, brother!
Oh man.
Amazing.
Yay!
Yay.
Congratulations. That's
Well done.
awesome.
Well
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Very, very well done. Welcome to Game of Favorites, Slippery Panda Entertainer, wholesome content influencer, wholesome content inspirer, HGUGKH, and Sammy Boa. I hope you all had a great first impression of Game of Favorites. It was really good to have you here, and hope to see you again. Let's look at how many votes we have in all of Game of Favorites history. We are sitting at 37,440. We just love math. We just love numbers. You know,
All of us here today
Math
love math so much.
so much.
Math
Yeah.
isn't bad. It's a complexity in and of itself, kind of like trying to interpret Revelations. It's its own beast. You know, you got to take it in stride.
Math
Wait a
turns my
minute.
brain off.
Well, delightful. So we had 32 different people voting tonight, which means we will have an after party. You can jump into the Discord if you haven't already. It's a great Discord, and there's lots of great people there, lots of great friends to be made. And we'll just jump into one of the hangouts after the show. You can find all these various people on various social medias. Yenza is on Twitch. Brennan's also on Twitch. Alex is on Twitter and Instagram, and my dad you can find in the Heart of Jesus.
Where's Alex?
Alex
Where's
is on
Alex?
Twitter and Instagram. I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I?
You did. You did.
I
You
wasn't
did say it.
listening.
And
Sorry,
and in
Alex.
the Squishmallow aisle. You can find him in the Squishmallow
Yes,
aisle.
you can see my Squishmallow right here.
Oh, that's where it went.
All right.
Oh.
Well, thank you all for the delightful time. Has been a wonderful show. Oh, you can also find Alex in real life if you're looking for a missionary. Just hang out in the Ohio area. He'll find you. You know those missionaries. All right. Let's roll some credits. Thank you, everyone who has helped make Game of Favorites possible. Thank you to our mod, Yay, It's Jenny, Council of Crazy, Jake Kemp, Sub King of the Seas, Mr. Balloons. Thank you for the subscriptions, Chaotic Chuggles, and Council of Crazy. Also, thank you to our patrons, such as Mom and Dad, Mark, Kevin, Carl, Yenza, Xavier, Kylie, Majora, Jacob, William, and many more. And viewers, thanks for hanging out. It's been a delightful time doing a show for you. And cast members, thanks for picking on me just the right amount, not too much, not too little, the Goldilocks teasing. Alex, do you want to sign us off?
Yes. God bless and ciao.
That's all right. I'm good, thanks, Peter. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Too late.
The
We also-
numbers, Mason. What do they mean? It's a feature.
It's a feature.
A feature.
It's intentional. Yeah.
It's a feature.
Remember, the door's locked from the outside.
Oh
and we
yeah.
have
Did
the key.
you get it to work?
Can we?
Did you get it to work this time?
It worked so wonderfully off show. I don't think there's any reason to try to replicate that.
The show has gone off the rails.
It always goes off the
Yay.
rails. Every show goes
True.
off the rails. These are the new rails.
Yeah, true grit. Welcome to
Only
Purgatory.
Welcome to Purgatory.
The bit that never
It
ends.
never ends.
This is the bit that
Yeah,
never ends.
it may not be a pun, but it's the cycle.
How do I go back?
How do you
I added a space. I need to
go back
unadd
to
space.
tradition?
Return.
The thing is, Peter has submitted long ago to Patches. Patches is behind Peter, running him. Like
Puppet
the
master.
puppet that Peter is.
Is that why you invite me on Game of Favorites? To tell me when I'm wrong? To be like, look, Yenza, Now you're outnumbered and you're wrong.
Yeah, I want to tell you you're wrong with an audience. That's what this is all about.
Apparently, it is a dating show.
No. Apparently, the idea that Game of Favorites is a dating show is the best joke. Ha!
Apparently.
Huh.
Well, you did it right. Good job.
Thank you.
Why are you scared? Peter, why are you scared? You did a
I
good
don't
job.
know. I don't know what happened.
Remember the toothbrushes that would play music while you were brushing your teeth, so you knew
Oh,
how
yeah.
long to brush
Yeah.
your teeth?
Start your morning out with a headache. Do it right.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you tell us what happens at these amazing Game of Favorites after parties?
I don't know. I've never been invited.
This whole section I am clipping out. This
Oh,
is
okay.
not staying in the
Whew.
video.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have to be entertaining here. No, it's fine.
Wait, is this going to
Okay.
show up in the out of context reel at the end?
Probably.
Yeah, okay.